Hey Meredith, I've got your files open here, and it's pretty clear which ones are going to work well and which ones aren't. I'm sorry, my children just woke up and they're in the background, so I hope you can still hear me. Okay, so I like the concept for your company. I know you were getting frustrated with the musical note. Not musical notes. You're getting frustrated with the Sharpie. But actually, those are the ones that are easiest for me to see. Several of them, one of my choices is still a pencil one, but I think this is working well. Okay, I'm trying to pick the ones that I think work well specifically with Valiant Records and not just a generic music company. This one with the microphone hanging way out there isn't going to be easy to work with, so we'll just get rid of that one. This one looks a little too whimsical for such a strong name. This is a good possibility. I'll hold on to that one because we really could do something with that. I've seen things like this before. I don't necessarily think it's that original. The keyboard doesn't scream edgy to me the way some of your others do. I don't think the microphones help. Microphone and the V, that one's kind of a stretch. I think that was a little difficult. And again, the keyboard. Okay, that one. This one just looks like little people shapes or something. That one's, it's working really hard to be a note, and it's just not going very well. And I don't know that that guitar looks very edgy. Okay, so, and this could be for any company, not just Valiant Records. So, scratch that one. Okay, so we're down to 4, and these two are sort of similar. I've typed out your words here off to the side for us to start playing around with. This can be so simple and so graphic, and I really think it would look great. I'm going to trace over this right now with the pen tool, which is what I would expect for you to do. Now, there are some pretty edgy looking guitars out there. So you would want to kind of research electric guitars and just look at which ones might have a little bit more character to them than others. Sorry, my daughter's talking. Okay, now this is rough, and I know you will spend more time, but for this critique, I just wanted to get something rough in there. Okay. And then a big V. So, I'm going to go with, I was using Gotham Below. I use Gotham and Mrs. Eves frequently in y'all's critiques because they are just such clear fonts to work with, easy to read, and very stylistic. So when I'm doing critiques, I usually fall back on those. Okay, I'm sorry, my family's being talkative in the background. Okay, so okay, I've drawn a pretty lousy guitar, but hopefully you can get what I'm trying to show you. I think this is going to look great when you are able to get it as a vector. Now, I drew a letter, and I don't think I said what I did when I went through that. Let me just draw another letter. Okay, so here's an F, and it's a text box. Then you can go to type, create outlines. Okay, and now it is totally a path instead of a letter that you can type with, which means you can alter it however you need. So that's what I would recommend doing, finding a V that is very close to what you ultimately want, but then knowing that once you make that V, you can go back and stylize it to make it work for this logo. Alright, so you can fool around with, the best way to, you want something that's going to mimic the curves really well, but keep the V, and you can do something with that. Maybe you'll end up just having something simple. Maybe the text will be off to the side. This could potentially start to, not do that. Could potentially rotate just to make it a little bit more dynamic. This shape could stand on its own and then have a shape behind it. And still allow it to break the edges. There's, a variety of things you can do with this. But I think it's going to be a very simple, clean graphic, which I think is what we're going for. If you wanted to take Valiant Records and put the drumsticks in, you certainly could. Let me just draw one. I know there's a distinct shape to those, and I'm probably not going to draw it perfectly right now, but you'll know what I'm trying to get at. Okay, so here, just delete the V. It's not a very drumstick. I'm not sure what my family's doing in the background there. Okay, but I think something like this could work really well. You may have to distinguish from the top and the bottom of the drumstick in order for it to really look like a drumstick. I'm not sure. And you'll want to draw it better. I'm just, putting a line in there so you can see what I'm getting at. But maybe that would help it. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is ever really going to look as much like a drumstick as you would like. So that would probably be my third choice, something along those lines. This one was really interesting. And again, going back to what I said about putting in a letter, and I'm going to use Futura just because it's geometric, but it has some sharp edges on it. You see it has that nice sharp point. Okay, so I'm going to start with Futura, and got the V, and then a separate text box, I'm going to make the R. Okay, so now I'm going to select those two and turn those to outlines, because I really want to be able to manipulate the R. The V is great, but the R really needs some work to help it fit. So that's where Create Outlines comes in. Now, right now it's too tilted, but again, I really want, you'll do that properly. I just need to show you that you can take an actual font and then manipulate bits of it to get what you want. We can take this out right here, and then we can, I think I might even have a music note font. Let me see if I do. Seems like I've used one in the past, although it could be on one of my other computers. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh wait, no. Sort of looks like it. Okay, I must not have that one turned on here. But you really do want to make sure you're drawing whichever note. You want to make sure you're drawing it perfectly, okay? So, if that means you need to Google quarter note. Just to make sure you've got the shape right, because there's definitely a shape to it. It's not a perfect circle. You probably know that if you're into music. So just make sure you draw the note accurately. Although I still think this direction is your best one. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions.